evolution of sound.
Beep, what's up ninjas? Today's topic of discussion, how to get better G-House drops instantly. And this is not going to be a clickbait video. So how can you do that? Well, it's all going to be based on rhythm. Rhythm is the biggest thing, guys, and a lot of the G-House guys have similar rhythms in all their tracks. I'm a huge fan of the Confessions label of Mala, huge fan of that I wanted to give you guys the tools to make it. So pretty much the first release this week that we're going to have is going to be these rhythm tools. Now, the rhythm tools were made by pretty much looking at all the songs in Confessions and all the G-House songs out there that are good and noticing, the rhythms. And most of them had the same exact rhythm. So pretty much we got the most popular rhythms that are used in G-House and also in some house music, and we pretty much compiled it into this. So if you guys are ready, I'm going to show you guys how to use the tool, and then hopefully you guys can download it for free in the description below and in the comments. So let's use the first one that we have, the first rhythm, which sounds like this. So it's a very simple rhythm, and right now it doesn't have that much flavor to it. All we know is it is a good rhythm. It does have some nice ideas that we can implement into it. So the first thing we're going to do is put the track at 123 BPM. That's the first step. The next thing is I'm going to show you guys a couple of tricks you can do. Let's say you don't have a melody in your head for this, then you can force the melody out. So how do we do this? Well, in G-House, there's a couple of notes that I really like, and I call them the badass notes. They're the badass notes because they're going to make you sound like a badass. Imagine this song is playing as you're walking into school. Everyone's gonna think you're a fucking badass when you're playing this. So pretty much what are they? Well, it's gonna be up a semitone, which means up a note from your current note, your root note, which sounds like this. You instantly sound like a badass. And the other one is down a semitone, but this one is sometimes, not all the times. This one sounds a bit clumsy, so I wouldn't really use it. So that's going to be the first one. The next one is going to be usually the fifth of your notes, and that's going to be the C, the D, and the D sharp up here. These are going to give you really good stuff. If you've heard Tchami's hit remix of Janet Jackson's song, he uses this really, really well. It's just crazy the way he uses it. Here we can get maybe something catchy. And then maybe we can keep that melody going, or maybe we can do something like, maybe this, and you can see it gives you that nice flavor. Now, if I were to pick the notes A sharp and maybe D, it doesn't make that much sense. So pretty much that's why I call these the badass notes. These are the notes that you're mainly going to be using most of the time in G-House. With that being said, let me show you how to make one. So pretty much right now, I told you guys done, I like that up a semitone, the badass, so that's the first sure going to be in the melody. So here, let's go with the fifth, again, like we stated. Why not go up here one semitone from it and see how that sounds. Remember, these are just rules, and you can always break them. And pretty much, when you break them, if they sound good, keep it. All right, this doesn't sound that good. All right, I like this part, dun, 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 dun. Now, how about we bring it back here? All right, like that melody. There we go. Now, I'm using, again, most of the badass notes, the upper semitone, and the C, D, and the D sharp. So, all right, so now here we have the second part of our drop, the melody. Now here, let's leave this the same because it's moving too fast. We cannot add a catchy melody to this moving fast. So this is going to be more of a percussive kind of element in the track. But let's do the exact same thing here, over here, and see how that sounds like. And it sounds fucking good. So now what we're going to do is just duplicate this across. And now we just get rid of these extra notes here. And now the last step is going to be just to add variations and then to add shots. So we'll talk a little bit more about it. So pretty much what I mean by shots, guys, is in G-House, they all have the same rhythm, but the difference is this type of sound they're using, the type of fills in, these little gaps that they're using pretty much is going to be either like a womp or like a voice, like a what or some shit. That's the huge difference, but they all have the same rhythms. So pretty much all you're going to need is a better sound, just fills, melody ideas, and that's it. That's what makes them different. Now here, let's go down instead to D sharp, and then a C, and then a D. That makes no sense. So why not go, maybe we go C already. Let's go here, maybe up here, and then a D like we did before. Get on that D. And then that sounds kind of good. Also, we can maybe go here and maybe go up here. Let's see. You know, that does not sound good at all. That's not a badass note, so it's not gonna work. That's too me. Let's go maybe just F. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to go to G, and then maybe again to G sharp to loop back into it. And then if we loop this, that's the key thing. We want to make sure it's loopable and catchy. Now the difference here is going to be in every song you're going to have these really cool vocal chops. So pretty much here I have Confession Revolutions, which isn't out yet, guys. But let's say I want to add those vocal chops, maybe some random one, maybe will work. Let's try another one. Alright, this one moves too much for this bass line. So pretty much you can see you're going to have different vocal chops. You're going to have fills, like here you might have a womp. But pretty much in order to make G-House, these are going to be my tips to you guys. If you guys want to download the free MIDI tools, they're going to be in the description below. And thanks so much, guys. Confession Revolution comes out January 15th for those of you guys who keep, asking about it on the Snap. I'm glad you guys are excited for it, but it comes out on the 15th. It's going to be a project file again, a sample pack, a vocal pack, a lot of phrases. We're going to have over 100 phrases in it. Again, pretty much here are all the phrases.
Everybody! I only listen to house music.
They're going to be pretty gangster oriented, and pretty much it's going to have two sound mix. Again, a silent one, bass one, because silent one was made to kind of emulate analog, and then we're going to have a certain one which is going to contain bass, wobbles to give you the fills, and pretty much some crazy sounds that you find in G-House for breakdowns and all that. Anyways, ninjas, I'll talk to you guys later. Hopefully you guys enjoy this tool. Send me the stuff you make, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care and have an amazing day.
I started this gangster shit.